Light at the end of the tunnel, the journey out of senior depression. Welcome back to Senior Life, Joy and Wellness. Our senior years often come with worries about health and loneliness. Sometimes feelings of sadness can linger, causing us to lose our joy in life. Many people believe this is just a normal part of getting old, but it could be a sign of depression. Depression in older adults is a very real and difficult issue, but it can be overcome. Today, we will listen to the story of Mr. Hung, a man who bravely faced this challenge and found the light at the end of the road. His story will be an encouragement and a source of hope for anyone quietly enduring this pain. A life sunk in darkness. Mr. Hung is in his early 70s. After his wife passed away, he began living alone. Although his children called often, he would only give brief answers. He lost the motivation to do anything. The garden withered, meals became tasteless, and all he wanted to do was curl up on the sofa, staring blankly at the TV screen. The scariest thing was that he couldn't sleep well. Negative thoughts and sad memories would flood his mind. He felt he was becoming useless, a burden to his children. When a child asked, "Are you okay, Dad? You've been so quiet lately," he would simply reply, "I'm just old and tired." He believed these feelings were an inevitable part of aging, but he was actually suffering from depression. A glimmer of hope appears. Mr. Hung's sadness lingered. One morning, when his youngest daughter came to visit, she saw the messy house and his lifeless eyes. Recognizing the signs of depression, she sat down, held his hand, and said, "Dad, are you feeling sad? I want you to see a doctor, not for a physical checkup, but to talk, to find peace in your heart." Mr. Hung was surprised. He had never thought his feelings were a sickness that needed treatment. He initially refused, fearing he would be labeled with a mental illness. But seeing his daughter's sincere concern, he agreed to try it once. That decision was the first ray of light in his gloomy life. The journey to find the light at the clinic, the therapist listened patiently and without judgment. For the first time in years, Mr. Hung was able to express all his feelings and fears. The therapist explained that his depression wasn't due to weakness, but from an imbalance of brain chemicals. The therapist gave him simple advice: walk, a 15-minute walk in the park each day, find a hobby, listen to his favorite classical music or reread old books, connect, take the initiative to call friends or chat with neighbors. The biggest change came from his family. After hearing the therapist's explanation, his children understood that their father was facing a health issue. They stopped saying "just try harder" and instead took concrete actions, walking with him, listening to music with him, and simply sitting and listening to him talk. Mr. Hung's life slowly brightened again. Although he wasn't always cheerful, he learned to accept and cope with his emotions. He realized that depression was a challenge he could overcome. A message of hope. Mr. Hung's story is an important reminder. Depression is not the end, it is a treatable illness. Don't be afraid to seek help. Start with small steps. Listen to your loved ones. Remember, you are not alone. There is always a light at the end of the tunnel. You just have to be brave enough to walk toward it.